geeks come to geek out. As always, I am T. I am the master of ceremonies for this. I don't even know what the fuck to call this story anymore because we are all over the place with shit that's going on. It's not even a hodgepodge anymore. Now it's quite literally just Pandora's box is fucking open and splooged everywhere.
He said the word!
Splooge?
No,
Pandora's box. Because the city's name is Pandora.
I really hope that was very evident.
Perfect.
Wait, you guys. It's like Pandora's box.
And in mythology, the box was opened to release the chaoses on the world, and it's... Oh.
Listen, that
almost
had
like
to
T
be
thought this
explained
through.
to someone. Listen, I don't think a lot of things through. This is one of the few things I have thought through.
I'm sure that someone... we shouldn't be too heavy-handed on that, because I'm sure someone is just like, oh, okay, I get it.
I don't think you guys understand. I am that person in real life. Like, if something is not blatantly stated, like, the neurons in my brain will not connect things. So Sky's like, are you fucking stupid? I'm like, well, I mean, yes, but I just never thought about the point you made. And now that you said it, your argument makes sense. But because nobody's ever said it to me before, I never connected those two pieces of information.
For so
I don't know
long.
why this conversation makes me want Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's 10 a.m.
For so long, I was the kind of person who, like, I need to be smart. I need to be the smartest person in the room. And I'm really glad I threw that out the window, because being dumb is so much easier.
It's so much more fun.
Yep. Can relate. Can attest to that. Being dumb is fun. It's easy. It's no pressure.
Well, and Boser, you'll probably get this reference, because so often Maria will just look at me and just, you're so pretty.
Damn, I don't ever get that one. I just get told I'm fucking stupid.
No.
I don't even get the compliment fucking backhand. It's just, are you dumb? I mean, yeah, but that didn't need to be pointed out again.
Well,
Oh,
welcome
man.
to Toxic Relationship Talk Mornings.
If you've never been here on Thursday we do TTRPGs. This particular TTRPG we are currently playing is called City of Mist. It is a powered by the Apocalypse engine built by Son of Oak. It's a very cool art style. I love it a lot. It's called City of Mist. Pick it up at your local game store or at cityofmist.co. Hey, City of Mist, we're still waiting for you to add us to our actual play shows. I'm just saying we got a good catalog going. I feel like we play the game well. We got a good story.
It's kind of shitty. They reached out to us and said, hey, let us know in the playlist. We'll put it up. We're like, okay, great.
Here's
and
the
then
playlist.
they don't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are we doing wrong?
That's
They
why I
listened
didn't
to
get
it,
super excited, because
and it's so bad.
it might be my anxiety, it might be my trauma, but like, I don't get excited for things because as a kid I always got excited for things and they never came through because my parents were king and queen at promises that they can't follow through with. So I grew up in like, oh, I'm not gonna get excited about anything. So when I get excited, then it's just met with disappointment. You can't be disappointed if you're not excited, so don't expect, you don't get disappointed.
I think you should expect the world, and then when you're disappointed, just block that memory.
Or expect everything to go shit, and then if something positive happens, you can just enjoy the excitement of the good thing that took place.
No,
Okay, now
I just don't remember any of the bad things that happened.
that's me.
Yeah, between like 6 and 14, I don't have a whole lot of memory going on.
Okay, but now I'm pissed because I see new shows on their website, but not ours.
Oh, damn. See, I didn't even open that can of worms for that reason, because I didn't want to disappoint myself
You know
even
what?
further.
It's fine. We don't need your validation.
But it's okay. Still one of my favorite TTRPGs of all time, just because we're not on the
love
website
it.
getting our credit. It genuinely is my favorite system. At the moment, at least, I hyperfixate on things, as we all know. So we'll see what comes into my fancy next. But
we've seen what we can do with this rule set and this game system so far, and it's honestly quite bonkers. So
If you're worried about being able to jump in on today's episode and not understanding what's going on, that is perfectly okay. Stay and enjoy, because you can always go back and watch previous episodes on YouTube if you prefer video on demand. If you prefer a podcast, you can catch that anywhere you get your podcast: Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Anchor, the other podcasting appropriate sites that I don't use because I don't know them. If you're curious what happened last week, so are we, because we had a 15-minute conversation about what happened last week because none of us remembered.
I don't know why I lose my brain the minute we stop recording.
Well, in our defense, though, last week was a massive narrative episode. So
Very.
Quick TLDR, or didn't listen recap. So DLRC. Jeff Sitz pissed off the Allfather and said, "Fuck you, bitch. I don't need you no more, ho."
Okay. Hold on.
I remember that.
That's exactly what happened. Don't go back and listen. That's exactly how the conversation went.
Verbatim.
Andresj separated themselves from Odin after meeting a mysterious entity known as Three. On the contrary, after reality was unraveled by the Scarlet Witch, which in turn Jeff Sitz then saved the day on. But anyways, timey-wimey. Time's weird. It's a gumbo soup type thing, so don't worry about it.
Gumbo.
Does the timeline make sense? No, but just enjoy the rest of it and don't think about the timeline, because I sure don't. But while all that was taking place, Dell took the opportunity to be saved by the organization known as the Inn. And while sitting in the interrogation room for, I don't know, the fourth time in these 13 episodes we've had so far, Dell kind of sidestepped and squirmed his way into becoming a now active member of the Inn, much to Harry underling's chagrin. So now not only is Detective Cooper, who will be back next week, is a member of the Inn, we now have Dell. Cornelius Abordelius III, aka Dell, is now an agent of the Inn.
Do I get a badge? I have a badge.
You have a badge and what did I give you? Some type of 9mm.
And a portal ring.
And a portal ring that show the people how you use the portal ring. And the episode finished off with a conversation I did not think I'd be having on this show, but a religious debate between Harry and Dell, because Dell came out as a Christian, and Harry had to break the news to him that not only are other gods real, there is literally another god currently floating around in his mental space.
Nah, that don't count.
And then Dell actually took a fade crack because he told Hephaestus that he wasn't a god. So we'll deal with that long term as well. But that was a lot of rambling, and I'm sure if you're new here, you're wondering who the fuck everybody is, and that makes sense. As previously stated, I'm T. I am the Master of Ceremonies. I am the effect to the story's affect. They set things up, I react to them, and our story unravels. To my right, your left, maybe, I don't know, something. Mirrors are weird. Jeff Sitz is next to me. Jeff Sitz, who are you?
Why are we breaking the order this time?
That way.
We always do Boser second.
You're right. Sorry. Shut up, Jeff Sitz. Boser, talk.
Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. God. Hi, I'm Boser. I'm playing Abordelius, Cornelius. Wait, what's the third happen? Does it
It'd be Abordelius the third, Cornelius.
Man, attendance sheets were hard for him.
How do you fill? You can't fill out a Scantron. You're only getting part of your name. There's no way you're getting your full name.
Yeah. Hopefully standardized testings
absolutely
done
not
away
a thing
with
here in Pandora
by now. But I'm playing Dale, the steampunk artificer. And fun fact about Dell is because he now lacks a right arm, he oftentimes has to use his mouth. And because of that, there's been a couple times that he tried to crack on something a little too hard, and he is missing his right molar.
Ooh,
That's
molar.
not where I thought that was going, and I'm so thankful for that.
that's a fun little detail, though.
It's way in the back. You'll never know. You'll never see it.
Mm-hmm.
But food gets stuck up there sometimes.
Huh.
So if ever he's like swishing, he's just trying to get the food out from that little hole back there.
Interesting. I wonder. Now I'm curious. Like, I don't want to take up too much time, but I hope Andresj finds out about it just so that I can, in character, ask about, like, what's it like drinking alcohol? Is there a weird buzz or a stinging sensation? So, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Guess we'll find out if it happens.
You're right. Excuse me. I am Jeff Sitz. I am playing Andresj, the cyberpunk tech goblin who also double lifes as the info broker for the Neon Pillars district of the city. Someone who we've realized over the past several sessions can be a very heavy-handed player in the city's underworld. More of a heavy hitter than even I was expecting. Oops.
Did I just blow up?
Did I just almost kind of indirectly, more directly lead to the annihilation of an entire gang in the city? Just because they pissed me off a little bit by going after a case, higher? Yeah. Maybe?
Apparently.
I guess. And fun fact for me this week is that Andresj is actually a first-generation American immigrant child. Their parents immigrated from, I don't know if I want to put a specific country yet, but immigrated from Eastern Europe before Andresj was born. And
That explains the name.
yeah. And so they're not actually, like, I might go so far as to say that Andresj's parents may not even be citizens, like, full citizens. They may just still be trying to get their U.S. citizenship.
I'm gonna step
they're
in and
in
say Pandora is not a piece of shit and is not difficult to gain citizenship, but we can discuss that later.
Right. It's just like, well, Pandora may not be difficult, and it's like New York City, where, like, if you're an immigrant, it's cool, oh, big deal. But America as a whole
Find
is
me
still...
somebody who's not, bitch.
Right, but like America as a whole is still very difficult to become a citizen in, especially if you are already that old of a person. So,
But don't forget, we have established that Pandora does have universal healthcare, so progressive. They're making the
should.
steps necessary.
It's easy. Like an easy yes.
Yeah.
but yeah. So, MC,
That's me.
do you want to do a little bit of a recap of what happened last week?
Yeah, so we did a lot of talking, so I'll kind of rehash everything that's said there, because we've been a little all over the place this morning.
Usually.
Yeah. Professionals, sometimes, on Saturday mornings.
Never.
Absolutely not. So,
I mean
yes.
Thursday nights.
Yeah, definitely Thursdays, because we're doing this right now in real time. Ignore the fact that this
Or-
says rerun on it.
That's right, because could you just give me like a little bit of a lead up to
Yeah, absolutely.
the monologue or the whatever it's called?
So yeah, just quick recap for everybody, because again, we're gonna go straight to the story and actually role play and act like we know what we're doing here. But, so on Dell's side, Dell took the opportunity to be saved by the inn when reality splintered and shattered. So Dell was brought to the interrogation room where he's stuck waiting while a small lowly agent was forced to deal with him while a code black was initiated due to an unseen force revealing itself back into Pandora, which is a big no-no to the higher-ups. Dell weaseled his way into becoming an in agent and is now actively one of theirs, and is now going to have to be trained by ideally Harry, but will likely be pawned off by Detective Cooper, because, you know, got to keep that in our family. We finished off his portion of the story with a religious debate between the two of them, as Del had to have the world broken to him that capital God is not the only religious entity that is one believed / practiced, but two actually, you know, real, because he has a lowercase God embodiment inside of him known as Hephaestus, who he pissed off by saying, "You are not a real god." On the contrary, Jeffsitz had a very interesting episode with Andresj, as he refused to be saved by the inn and instead watched reality splinter, but in unforeseen circumstances while floating in the abyss actually got to see Yggdrasil in its fullness, and showing 10 realms instead of the 9 realms. One of them was being destroyed actively, but just off to the side of it was a mysterious looking farmhouse, showing a 10th realm. And as Andresj made his way through the barrier, Odin was separated from them, and Andresj met this mysterious entity who can manipulate reality at their own whim, who refers to themselves as Three. And in doing so, Andresj had to terminate the gentleman's contract of the gentleman's agreement of the relationship that was forged with the Allfather, and who did not take that separation lightly, and will be coming back for Andresj to get his we'll see how that plays out. But as Andresj was brought back into Midgard, since Norse is kind of a big thing we've been playing off of, he had, with the assistance of Three, reality was repaired, and with soup being a weird soup gumbo thing, we put the spoon back in after the spoonful was taken out, rewound things a little bit, and Andresj and Three managed to get rid of the Scarlet Witch before she destroyed reality through our concurrent timeline. Andresj made it back to their to the brokers. No,
I mean,
Andresj's house.
Yeah, I went back to Andresj's
the
apartment.
Okay, wasn't sure if you went to Andresj's or the brokers.
Specifically went back to Andresj's apartment because wanted to see how things changed. I was worried the inn might still come back for me.
Valid.
And if they did, I wanted them to see Andresj, not the broker.
Very smart.
And so, with that, I waited. Waited in silence and darkness, mulling over what had just happened, what had just taken place, trying to figure out what exactly all these changes mean, trying to come to terms with the decisions I've made. And after all of these thoughts going through my head, I was surprised to find that the first thought that drove me to action was checking to see if Del was still alive. Not reaching out to contacts throughout the city, not getting my Raven drone cameras back online, but checking in on a friend. That's different for me. So after the world ended and I put it back together, I sent a simple text asking if Del was all right. And now I'm just waiting again to see if he is.
Me? Do I talk now?
Well, MC, we need a scene.
Gotcha. Yeah, who would like to start scenes? Because you guys are in two separate locations at the moment. We did finish the last episode with Del responding to Jeffsitz's or to Andresj's message. Would you guys like to pick up there, or would you guys like to pick up the following morning where you guys can get back together?
Del did not respond. We ended with Andresj just sending the text.
That's right. So yeah, we'll actually pick up with Del then. Del, you are in the midst of a conversation with Harry in your workshop in the basement where the crew's main base is now taking place.
Right.
And your Razor flip phone dings as you get a message from Andresj. And the message, wait, what? You good?
Hey, are you good?
And Harry's here with me.
Harry is there with you, very concerned with the fact that you don't believe there are any other religious deities.
You know what? Let's just put a pin in this conversation, because obviously this is not the way to win souls. It's not going to be beating you over the head with it. You're going to see. You're going to see by my actions.
Do you think it is a carnival game?
Well, no. I mean, that's a kind of a simplistic way. It's. I don't know. Anyway, no, I'm not getting into all that right now. The whole world just kind of fell apart, and I feel like we're talking about maybe not the most important thing right now. I'm gonna have lots of questions. How do I get a hold of you whenever I do?
Oh God, I gotta give you my number.
I promise
you know what?
I won't spam it unless I'm drunk and horny and into fire that day.
You know what? Detective Cooper will be your point of contact. And Harry is going to lay back down on the ground with the dog still circling around him, and is going to simply tap his ring to open the portal. As the portal opens underneath him, as he just falls through the floor as the portal closes.
The characterization for Harry is very much the teacher from My Hero Academia.
Yes.
I love it.
What's Aizawa.
There we go.
I was Iowa. Iowa.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. Yep.
Wait, how do these rings? Like, do I think about a place? Do I think about a person? And I pull out my phone. Flip. Oh shit. I text back. Yeah. Somehow. You? Question mark.
So yeah, Andresj is still just waiting in the dark room, just kind of just at a loss of trying to figure out what to do with all of this new information and new abilities, and then just getting the text back. We should meet.
Ramen shop?
And
Or
it's just,
that's why we have this hideout? Should we meet here?
we'll meet there.
Okay. Sorry, just nervous.
And yeah, Andresj will get their stuff together and take the L's train over to the old district.
Okay. So I actually want to do a small scene while you're on the train. As you are walking out of your apartment, 3 manifests himself and begins walking alongside you.
And remind me what 3 looks like when he manifests.
3 is a humanoid figure, but his skin is quite simply the cosmos, and is simply dressed in a...
I've got a visual parallel or something to relate it to that already has a similar imagery to it.
Okay.
Boser, you've seen Full Metal Alchemist, right? Like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Yeah, just not all the way through.
Do you remember the being that's sitting in front of the massive door that is like infinite, like infinity? And they've got like stars and galaxies, like blackness of this human outline, but then stars and galaxies, and then there's a single eye and like a torn grin.
I'm looking for it. I didn't get that far.
You should. It is one of the greatest animes of all
It
time.
really is.
Specifically Brotherhood. That's what you have to watch.
But T, that's what I visualized
Yeah.
when you meant, like when you were describing it.
Yep. And then clothing wise is just white suit, blood red shirt.
Ooh.
But yeah, continue with the scene, T.
Yep. 3 manifest themselves as the 2 of you are walking down the hallway. Simple apartment, huh? A little shy for my taste. You have so much, but so little. Why is that?
Clutter in the physical space also leads to clutter of the mind. The less that there is to hinder my ability to think.
But less to enjoy. And as you are walking to the end of the elevator, the doors are still closed, and 3 simply walks through the doors. And then as the elevator doors open, 3 is there waiting for you as you step onto the elevator as the conversation continues. I mean, I get it, I feel like you're just missing out on so much that this all has to offer. It's so much more than I ever thought it would be.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. That doesn't really matter. And as the 2 of you step off the elevator, make your way through the lobby into the front entrance of the Neon Pillars, 3 stops and looks around in just utter amazement as their skin begins to kind of reflect the neon colors. And you almost see physical excitement. And to clarify, I'm going to be expressing emotions from 3, all from physical body language, because they do not have a face to actually express those, just to kind of clarify so I don't have to keep backtracking and tripping over myself. It's so magnificent. I've been missing out for so long, and to think I was going to just send Godzilla through here.
Just send Godzilla through?
I get bored sometimes. Just like, look how easy it is. And as you as you see 3 snap their fingers, you see dust begin to swirl and pick up, and you begin to see a massive, monstrous leg be formed in front of you. A long, spiny tail as you begin to see the form of Godzilla begin to take and grow before he swats his hand away. Nah. I want to enjoy this first.
Andresj is
where
like...
Where are we going?
Andresj is like pressed up against the wall, terrified that they were about to just summon Godzilla in the middle of the city.
Was that too much?
Yes. I'm trying to keep a low profile here.
Oh, my bad. And 3 snaps their fingers and swirls and then goes back into Andresj's body.
Thank you. Looks around and like adjusts the hood a little bit further over their face and continues walking towards the L's train.
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
I am terrified for this whole campaign.
And so the character I was thinking of from Fullmetal Alchemist is the Truth, and I just Googled it. I was misremembering because for some reason my mind had put like the galaxies and everything in the Truth's body, and that was not the case. They were just like a white form.
Yeah, there's a Marvel character that I'm thinking of.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna say Marvel Universe man.
Galactus.
No. I'll think of it later. If
Okay.
it's in the chat, let me know. And in real life, Boser at this moment will be like, yes, thank you.
Future Jeffsits will also be like, also yes, thank you, with jetpacks.
Gotta one-up me every time.
No, it's just we're in the future, so there has to be jetpacks, and we all will have beards to show the passage of time.
Correct.
And self-tying shoes.
But anyway,
Andresj, as you were sitting on the L's, 3 manifest themselves again, sitting next to you with their legs crossed and kind of sit back. This is your preferred mode of transportation?
yes, it's inobtrusive. It's people don't notice people sitting on the train.
Right, but I mean, there's so much going on. People don't notice anything. They're asleep. Those who want to see can see. Those who don't wish to plead ignorance and are missing out on all that there is to offer. Wings, jetpacks, water vehicles, flying vehicles. Literally, it all could be yours.
But this is... I mean, have you ever tried driving in Pandora? It's terrible. No one drives anywhere because there's too much traffic.
That sounds like fun. Let's do it.
You're not listening. No one drives in Pandora because there's too much traffic.
Yeah, you just drive over the traffic. Big wheels, smart cars. One winner.
No, because that draws too much attention to me.
Invisible.
There's still destruction. There's still evidence of our passage. People investigate that stuff.
You make them disappear. And then 3 disappears.
Like a child that's never been told no.
And as you make your way to the old district, and what we established was very quick timing because it's a very, very fast...
Lightning loop!
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Lightning loop. I'm assuming Andresj does the back entrance 2 laps around, make sure nobody's following before making their way in. As Andresj is making their way into the secret base, secret hideout, what's Del doing at? What does Andresj walk in on Del doing?
Del, previously, before Andresj walked in, is just like practicing. So I'm like using the portal ring to see if I can go from downstairs to upstairs my apartment, and then back downstairs, and then upstairs. And then I take one quick second to see if I can, like, I want to test it. I want to see if I have to picture a place, or if I just think about somewhere I would like to be, but maybe I've never been before. So I think about I guess it's hard to imagine a place you've never been before. But just for a second, I just think Darius.
And as the portal opens, the mist begins to swirl, and you see Darius sitting at a bar just having a drink in a small little dive bar.
And I just like stand and stare at him.
Del?
You're gonna be trouble, buddy.
And that's what Andresj walks in on, is Del panically closing a portal.
What was that?
Hey! You're alive. I'm alive. We're alive.
Okay.
Ooh, who's this?
You also saw all of that then? The world ending?
A bit.
Okay.
I kind of...
Did you tell him we saved the day?
No.
I kind of... Harry opened a portal to... Shit, you still don't know about that.
Know about what?
Oh, God, there's so much catching up. I was in a safe space.
What?
And...
You were in space?
In a safe space.
Oh, sorry.
Do you want to go to space? We can go right now.
We have so many notes to compare. No. But I didn't see you there. What happened? Like, the whole world just fucking ended, right? Like, we can agree on that.
Yes.
Why? What the hell?
I think it had something to do with the fight that was going on with the not the faceless ones, the
Daywalkers.
The Daywalkers. It seemed like the head of the Daywalkers was much more powerful than
Nowhere
most
near
of the
as
city
powerful as
anticipated.
me.
Yes, I know you're very powerful.
Yes, thank you. But you were saying?
The Daywalkers leader, the myth that she was borrowing powers from had the strength enough to, when they took over, kind of broke our reality.
I worked so hard on it, and she just thinks she can come through and destroy what I took so long to build.
And so, my myth managed to... There are connections to other realities, and I was somewhat tethered to those other realities.
When Andresj walked in, since we can sense mist, we can see mist, do they look any different?
Andresj's mist seems darker.
Like
Grainier.
dark purple?
Yeah. It's less flowy and a lot more grainy, a lot more gritty. It doesn't... The mist has that level of appeal to it because it flows so elegantly.
So, real quick, with the mist being like, the mist of the city is purple mist, but there's different, like, obviously purple is not just a single flat shade, there's a multitude of different shades and colors. So previously, the mist that surrounded Andresj, showing that they were a rift, was much more of a, like, light blue purple, to match the mythos of Odin and, like, the bright blue shining of his eye and all of that. But now, like, as T said, the mist that swirls around Andresj is in a constant motion. Like, there's always a wind blowing it around them. It's a much darker purple with motes of sand and dust swirling around it. And sometimes the light catches those dust motes where, like, that dark purple is almost black in areas, and the light will catch those dust motes in such a way where they sparkle or twinkle a little bit. But then it's just a passing glimmer of light as it continues to move on.
Did you say your myth?
Tread lightly here.
Put back the... What are you talking about? I didn't realize you were that powerful.
Oh, it's... And Andresj is, like, looking over at the unseeable three next to them, and, like, my old myth had tethers to other realities, and I got a new one.
And
One.
Dell's just kind of taking a few steps back.
Well, the old one wasn't... The old one was kind of disappointing after a while. They were...
Does that
They
make
understood.
me pointing?
What's that?
Does that make me pointing?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry. No, Okay. My new myth is a bit more present. Old one, they just kind of stood back and let me do my own thing, and while they understood the importance of information, they were much more of an observer than an actor. Whereas this new myth, if that's even what they are, has... You can't see them, can you?
Can I see them?
No.
they're standing right next to me and they keep asking me questions, and it's very distracting, but they can...
Energy-wise, think very Jim Carrey's The Mask.
Yeah. They're very distracting, but they're much more hands-on, both in the new dynamic between the two of us, as well as how they can affect the world.
Shall we demonstrate?
What do you have in mind?
A drink. And I walk over to the bar.
Ooh, yes, that sounds fantastic.
I pound on the clicker and let the spider bar cart come over to me. So wait, you. Not only.
And as you see the spider cart walking towards you, you see it begin to shape shift. It turns into a wolf. It turns into a bear. It begins to fly like the little pterodactyl things from Avatar before it shifts back into the spider cart before getting back to you.
Ikran.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
That was quick. All right, Boser.
I fucking love Avatar. Ikran. Or Banshees if you're American.
If you're a colonizer.
As all that's happening, I slide the... Or actually, it's not loaded, so I grip my Armageddon and let the sword come out.
Ooh, does he want to play?
No, we don't. Why does everyone refer to fighting as playing?
Because it's fun.
What the fuck?
No.
What the fuck?
Sorry, that's just them showing off. Play nice then. Okay?
Fine. And 3 is gonna go like flop down on the couch.
It is the bar cart, a real bar cart again.
Yeah, the bar cart goes back to your spider cart.
And as it approaches me, I'm just gonna like poke it with the Assassin's Creed blade.
And it cocks its head sideways to give you an inquisitive look.
Cocks the tray sideways because I don't think it's just a tray on legs, isn't it?
It's more of like
it just like picks up one of the corner legs to be like, what the fuck, man?
Like Harper does. So I'm gonna retract the blade and like try to open the inner door with my foot. I think of it like a cart, but it's got like 2 cabinets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to open a cabinet. Everything's okay. There's not like a bleeding heart inside or anything.
Nope.
Sorry, I realized I was super far from my mic. And then I'm gonna grab a bottle of the whiskey. So, I'm sorry, I'm a little overwhelmed. The world just ended. It got put back together. Mm-hmm. You just told me that you swapped Mythos.
Is he jealous? Does he want a new one too?
Didn't even know what was possible.
You, be quiet for now.
Okay.
Not you, Del. Sorry. I'm. It's very difficult having 2 different conversations. But no. We saw that a myth will kind of just take whoever they want. In that last case, or in our first case with the skinwalkers.
Those were such a fun creation.
And so, I figured, why couldn't I do the same? Pick and choose the one that best suits my needs.
You say it like it's some sort of video game. Like you just choose your character.
If we have to look at them as tools. If the tool that we have is not appropriate for the situation at hand. If you're trying to build a house or nail 2 pieces of wood together, sure, a hammer will work just fine. But if you are trying to connect two pieces of wire, you're not going to use that hammer anymore. Instead, you're going to find something that has a little bit more finesse.
Is it just me, or is everything we're doing just not fucking matter anymore? I just... You make me feel like a little ant. Just running my little maze through the world, acting like I'm doing any good, doing my best to survive.
Del, we saved...
Everything just... doesn't matter.
The world is... Pandora alone is a big place. We saved a child. That's no small thing.
And then we lost reality.
But it's
I
back.
fixed it, don't worry.
Like, what are we doing?
Our best.
For what? To do what? We can strive and we can save a kid, we can save Tanya, we can do one good deed, but it could all just fucking fall apart.
See, he gets it. This is why we do whatever we want.
This is why we do whatever we want.
Yes.
Because if nothing matters, then we get to decide what matters for us.
I don't quite remember the way I was raised, but I'm pretty certain that's not the way I was raised. So what do we do now? What, we just go try to find the genie as if that matters?
Doesn't it? You still have kids from the foundry being picked up by the genie. Do they not matter anymore, Del?
It could all go away in a blink, right?
But until it does, we decide what we do with the time we have.
I'm not fucking equipped for this. There was somebody out there that literally splintered this whole existence. And something out there that put it back together.
That was pretty cool, huh? I'm pretty great.
What am I supposed to do with this? Now, like, give the bar cart a kick. Like, what can I do? What can I do?
Is he always like this?
Like what?
I don't know. He has the world at the tip of his fingers, and he just doesn't get it. He can do anything. Let me talk to him.
I've got this. And Andresj will go and sit down in front next to Del. I don't have
I'm kind of standing over by the entry of the staircase that comes down because I went and slammed on the clicker to bring the bar cart over to me. But there's like the conference bar table over on the left. There's the couch in the back left.
Andresj will go over and go over in front of Del and just... We have the world in front of us. We do what we can. What you do, sure, on the grand scale of things, it may not matter. But we're not working on a grand scale. We are just people. We do what we can. We continue living life the way that we can. If you want to spend your days trying to make life a little bit better for those around you, there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make your life meaningless. You gave meaning to your life. I'm going to spend my life just trying to get what enjoyment I can out of it.
Oh, I can make sure you get some enjoyment.
These beings of ultimate power throwing around the world like they are, I don't know what we can do about them.
It's not meant for this world.
But it's here. And we can either deny it and try to ignore it and let it keep happening around us, or we can jump into it, try and understand it, and either try and use it to change the world the way we want to change it, or
burn it all to the ground and try again.
In your case, stop it.
I take one more big swig from the bottle. Andresj, I'm scared. I don't get scared, and I'm scared. We've seen a lot of shit today. Even the word today feels meaningless because we've just been in and out of today. It could happen at any moment.
And do you want to do something about it? Del, before you came along, I fully enveloped myself in Pandora and the city that it is, experiencing it but not caring because Pandora makes it hard to care. Spending the past week with you and seeing the way that you care, I don't know how or why, but it's shifted the way that I've looked at this city.
Saying I rubbed off on you.
Yeah.
Is this a bad time to make an earthquake happen to scare the shit out of him?
Yes, it's a bad time. Sorry, Del.
Was that not? That wasn't to me.
No,
Is that gonna happen a lot?
I think so.
Just what are you capable of, though?
Can we show him?
I'm not sure. And Andresj is like toying with the motes around them in the mist as they start to collect a little bit more around their hand. I'm really not sure what I can do with it. I mean, what can we do?
Anything we want.
Andresj is going to try and, just because this is one thing that they saw happen before, try and like change one of the bottles of liquor on the cart.
Yep.
Into from like a gin to the sake.
Yep. Describe how it happens.
The motes of sand and dust that have been collecting around Andresj's hand, just as they point in that direction, just kind of float on a wind over and swirl around it and just gather on the bottle to shift it in different ways.
You turn gin into sake. You're like a fucked up Jesus Christ.
Huh.
Is that who it is living in you? Is it Jesus?
I don't think so.
I don't know where I ever got that name. I wasn't a fan of that one.
But yeah.
Okay. Do something else.
Like what?
Make that leather couch a black one. With recliners.
And Andresj will like reach the sand out in that direction and try and change the couch into a black one with recliners.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's not grasping what all we can do.
Make that door have a better lock than the padlock that I put on it.
And Andresj will try and think of like the most high-tech eye
Turn
scanner.
into a vault safe door.
Oh.
Andresj
looks at the time and
that's
like
a fire exit. That's gonna be a problem.
Andresj looks at the clock. Like, I have an idea, and tries to make it an hour earlier.
That one is when we are going to roll change the game.
Okay. I don't know I don't have anything I can roll for this, though. Because the powers I have on my theme card are not any of the things that we've described so far.
That's right. That's right. So in my head, when we were talking off screen, obviously, the things that you are doing currently are like the visual manipulation of things. They're alterations, as compared to physical manifestation changes.
Mm-hmm.
The moment these things get interacted with, they will be revealed to be what they were original.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. I really need to pee. I've had a lot of coffee this morning, so could we take a quick 5-minute break while I think of some more creative stuff to showcase?
Yes.
Yeah, alright. We'll be right back, guys. Very sorry.
Technical difficulty screen.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. We're back, though. Sometimes
We have
human.
old men bladders.
Yep, and we are human. But
The oldest
Change-
one here.
By far.
Listen.
maybe physically, but at heart,
The
I am
youngest.
at heart. I
You
am
are
like
the oldest.
at heart I'm like 280.
No.
But so, why can't I remember the name of the role? Change the game.
Change the game.
I think the only thing I can use here is the shape augmentation of my new Mythos. So that's going to be... Oh, that's a very good roll, though. Total of 10.
Okay, yeah. So as you kind of reach out and you see the clock begin to just spin backwards, starts very slowly and then quickly rewinds back the 1 hour.
And then Andresj is going to, like, pull up their little wrist thing, their watch, and just, like, check the time.
It's the same time that it once was.
Yeah. Oh. Well. So it's not actually changing things, or it's physically changing things at least, but I was curious.
What? Wait, what? And I go for the sake bottle, and I go to pick it up. What happens?
So it still has the form of the sake bottle. But if you were to take a drink, it's going to taste as of gin.
That's dry as fuck.
Dry sake?
Oh, man. That's still gin.
Oh. Wait a
Can't
second.
give you
and
all the goodies yet.
goes
And then I go over to
the
the couch. Yeah.
You go over to the couch, I go over to
Yeah.
the security door, and like I try and turn the crank, and I'm assuming that like as I try and grab onto the handles, it just kind of crumbles to dust. Cool.
And I go sit on the couch and I go reach for the recliner button.
And it just disintegrates.
Okay, but still.
Consider this
Okay.
a trial option.
All right.
And here I thought that you could just shift reality.
No, but
That makes
And
you feel
Andresj
better,
is-
weirdly.
Andresj is going to gather the motes of dust and sand around them, have it travel up their arm, across their body, and do their best imitation. Go and pick up one of the empty cups off of the drink cart and do their best imitation of Detective Cooper. Just fucking damn it, am I tired? And so I think, what kind of role would that be to try and like imitate them as best as I can? Would that
Convince.
be sneak or convince? Okay. So for that, I'll use shape augmentation and hide my true self.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, could I use eye for detail or studied opponent, since I've spent so much time with
Yeah.
Cooper to try and mimic the visual aspect?
I'll give you +3.
Well, I needed it because that's okay. So 6 + 2 + 3 is a total of 11.
Nice. Yep. And it's almost like Detective Cooper is in the room. Obviously, it doesn't change your voice,
Right,
but
it's still
physically,
just-
you are identical to Detective Cooper.
Yeah. As the cup that I picked up now looks like the coffee cup at the shitty side corner coffee store or convenience store that Cooper always picks up his coffee at.
Ooh, I go over and I just kind of like touch you in the chest.
And
Yeah,
like
they
as
have
you do so, like when you push on it, like the motes kind of get, because Cooper is much broader than Andresj is, so when you push on it, it kind of like gives in, like one of those like that foam, that
Kinetic
play foam or
putty.
whatever. Yeah, that kinetic putty. But like you push in and it's like the non-Newtonian sand, or like the semi-wet dry sand or whatever. And so like, and kind of discolors as you press on it, and then you take your hand away and like there's a momentary imprint, and then it goes
the
back to the
hand?
but then it goes back to the right shape and color. It's like, it's not perfect.
Oh, that's handy.
That's
That's-
very handy.
That's very handy. Sorry, my mind was going some dark places. Another time.
As you are doing that, I'll even invoke the reckless tag a little. I mean, I shouldn't invoke it, but like
So you get advantage.
using the reckless tag a little bit here, of just like dropping the Cooper form immediately and switching over to Scarlet O'Hare.
Yep.
And so I'll do. I guess I can't really use shape
You would
augmentation
not be
to hide
able
my
to use
true
any of the
self.
ones you just used.
Yeah.
There.
I don't think I can use any of it, actually. I try and do it and it just kind of like all falls to the ground.
I see what you're trying to do. That's a neat trick. It's hot. I'm here for it. We'll train that. I'll help you. You know, as your friend,
Right.
I will help you work on that muscle. You know, for research reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
As
Can we go
Andresj
rob
is
our
like,
bank or something? I'm getting kind of bored over here.
rob a bank?
No, I said research.
I don't know what you
Yeah,
guys do
no.
for fun.
We
The world is your oyster, and you don't rob banks for enjoyment.
what use is money?
I don't know. To flaunt it?
To buy
What's the
stuff.
use? Like he said, what's the use of any of this? I can just
Oh,
recreate it and destroy it.
It's sorry. Yeah.
It's like
two-way
role playing.
street. But as we're talking, like Andresj is like almost mimicking the Scarlet Witch's fingers, finger movements that they saw the day before to like lift the motes of dust up off the ground where they collapsed, and just like getting more and more, getting over stimulated by like the two conversations going on. Just like, no, we're not going to rob a bank. No, sorry, Del, it's not to you, it's to them. It's very difficult keeping track of everything that's going on as the motes of sand are just spinning a little bit faster around them.
Anyway, we're gonna have lots of time to play, but we gotta make a game plan.
Yes, agreed.
So, I go over to the whiteboard that we have previously written on with the first game plan, which was find Mikey, get other jobs, get connections, find the genie.
All right.
Can I grab the dry erase?
Not to tell Del what to do. Del would likely, realistically, want to check on Tanya. Just
because she.
It's
I'm
been
losing
a
track of time.
Yeah, it's been
that's
like
why
a
I
few
kind of wanted to,
hours.
like, you have established a relationship with Tanya, and again, not trying to force you into doing anything, just a reminder that would be something Del would also be interested in.
And it's been a few hours in game, but also a few more hours for Del and Andresj because time's a weird soup now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I grab dry erase, pop off the cap. We found Mikey. Boom, we're badass.
Yes.
Shit, we should check on Tanya.
Okay.
I'm gonna write next to it. Check on Tanya.
We still need to get our name out there to try and find other jobs, and we need to find some information on the genie. We know whereabouts that he's operating, or they're operating, but could we... How often do kids from the Foundry go missing?
It's been a minute since I've checked in on them, but the last time I did, Papa Bo said it was every couple weeks.
Okay.
You lose one. Sometimes they come back, but they're different.
How...
You couldn't quite describe it.
How
their
long...
demeanor's different. They wear green.
How long ago did the last one go missing or come back?
I believe it was at this point, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago. They went missing and then came back. That was about a week ago.
Came back about a week ago?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright. It may be a little too... The trail may be cold, but it may be worth trying to meet with them to ask them some questions about what happened.
Yeah, that might be a solo mission. No,
Okay.
no offense to you, but
Ooh, solo mission. What's he hiding?
I just like to keep, family business. You're just not there yet,
That's...
We can
Fair.
be, though.
That's... No, that's... He's right. We're not there yet.
Maybe not you?
So,
Right.
you'll check in with them, and if something does happen and another one goes missing, maybe that's something we can work on together.
Definitely. What about the broker? Can they get you any more intel on some weird shit going on that we can kind of pull the thread on?
We can ask about that. I've racked up quite the debt with the Joker already, so I may need to go work a couple of other
Broker.
jobs for a little while.
You just
What's
called him
that?
the Joker.
Oh, whoops. I've worked up quite a debt with the broker already, and so I may need to go work a few jobs for them to try and pay that off before I can get more information. So if we want some solid leads from the broker, it may be something that, like you're going on your solo mission, this may need to be some solo work.
I understand.
Not that I don't trust you, I just...
No.
After seeing how things went with the gate guards in the Daywalkers district, it'll be a little bit more efficient if I'm alone.
I hear that. I feel that. But you're not wrong. I hear that.
So,
All right. You talk to the broker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check in with my fam.
Okay. Should
And I'm
we
gonna check
go?
on Tanya.
Who's
Should I come
Tanya?
with you for that? Tanya's the person who hired us for this job that we just did. A flaying of Dells. We just saved your child.
Can we go too?
You want to go?
Yeah, I want to see what makes his clock tick.
Would you mind if I came along as well? I'm also a little curious about Mikey. I want to make sure he's okay.
Is it just gonna be you or your invisible friend?
I think, like your invisible friend, mine is going to be kind of a constant on my shoulder.
You didn't used to have to do that.
No, I also didn't get punched in the chest.
Huh?
Relationship. I didn't get punched in the chest by mine.
Hephaestus punched you in the chest.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think he actually hit you with his hammer.
Slam me against the wall.
Yeah.
Andresj just knew it as being punched in the chest. But different myths have different relationships, and I'm still trying to gauge this one.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So let's head over to the hospital, but you mind if we try something?
What's that?
I also have a bit of an upgrade. And I think Pandora General.
The moment the portal opens, Andresj, you feel anger explode. He's one of those sons of bitches.
Del,
Kill
where'd
him.
you get that?
Like I said, it'd be a lot of explaining.
Kill him.
It's
He
pretty
can't
cool
be
though, right?
trusted.
It's very cool. As like one fist of Andresj's, or one hand of Andresj's closes into a fist with the knuckles cracking, and the other one
Kill
like
him.
quickly puts it down.
It's gonna speed up travel time right quick.
I'm sure. Who'd you get it from?
If I told you, you wouldn't even remember anyway.
They can't be trusted.
I know.
They
Right,
must
so-
be stopped.
I
One
know.
agent at a time.
Don't ask questions right now. Like, I'll catch you up. Just let's check on Tanya, please, first.
Okay.
We've been here long enough.
Okay.
Do not step foot in that portal.
As Andresj like takes one step closer, staring.
And as you go to take a step, you freeze. Like mid-air, mid-step. Do not step foot in the portal.
Are you coming?
Yep. One moment.
It's
Andresj
safe. I
tries to
think.
take another step.
Unable to move.
He's not one of them.
He is.
What of what?
Working with them is not the same as being part of them.
You don't know what I know. They cannot
Who?
be trusted.
Am I Odin still because I used him?
You're gonna regret this.
Then let me.
And 3 disappears, and you regain control.
Yeah, let's go.
I step through. What happens? Nothing.
As you step through the portal, there are people outside the front door. Where the fuck did you come from?
I step back. I close it. All right, so we're gonna have to practice this. I think I never been to this point, so I think about alley behind Elkhart General, or
Elkhart General.
Way to
Pandora
dox
General.
us.
Way to dox us. Elkhart, Illinois. Where is it? Elkhart,
Wink.
Illinois.
think there's
Alley
an Elkhart,
behind Pandora
Kansas.
General.
And the portal opens.
Okay, this is really cool. And I look, do I see anybody?
In your peripherals, you don't see anybody.
Okay. It's going to be like a Andrew Garfield Spider-Man moment. I take a step through and kind of peek my head around.
How drunk am I? As you look around, there's a homeless man sleeping up behind, up against the dumpster, looking at the portal you just stepped out of.
All right, quick.
Yeah. And Andresj like hops through.
As the homeless man tries crawling towards the portal to walk through.
I close it.
No. Are you angels?
Andresj will squat down.
I'm making like weird faces at him.
Of sorts. You saw all that?
I don't remember eating shrooms today.
And Andresj is going to try and figure out if they're mist touched then?
Nope, they're sleepers.
Then how? Okay, well then the mist would have covered it up.
Gray mist and purple mist are different.
Ugh.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
So I
well
say,
then.
go back to sleep.
Why is he talking like that? Is he high?
Yes. Just like you, this is just a weird bad trip. As Andresj turns themselves into a human size, or uses the sand to try and make themselves look like a human-sized blue lobster.
Go ahead and roll convince.
A blue lobster.
Oh,
Because a
should have
lobster wouldn't be weird enough.
shape augmentation.
Yep.
Yeah, so 9.
So with a 9, you get the gist of it. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. Oh, fuck, no. As you see the homeless man begin to crawl backwards, start moving trash bags to the side as he crawls into a hole going underneath the hospital.
Okay, let's go, claw hands.
And I starts walking towards the edge of the alley, and as we get closer to the alley, it's just kind of like falling off like sand.
And I look down at the ground. Does sand collect? Like, is he making a mess?
As the sand falls,
Are they
it
making
hits
a
the
mess?
ground, but then gets picked back up by his mist.
Yeah.
By their
Okay.
mist.
It's only 4 times that we've gotten your pronouns wrong.
Right?
So then we walk up to the front door of the hospital.
Whoa,
Slide
I
door.
just saw him. Mom, I just saw him.
I just ignore. I keep walking forward.
Mom, he was just here and then he disappeared and then he came around the corner.
And I walk up to the front check-in reception area.
Hi, honey, how can I help you?
We came to just visit Tanya.
4th floor.
Tanya.
No, I know, honey.
Hunt. Oh,
4th floor.
Right. Thank you. So we.
Excuse, you dropped her. You were here recently. She's talking to you, Andresj.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the same receptionist
Yeah.
from the Dell incident.
Yes.
I never got your name, sweetheart.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Notes. Cole.
Oh, okay. Was your friend okay then?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Have fun.
Thank you.
So we walk towards the elevator, push the button, elevator doors open, step inside, slam on number 4, awkwardly stand there, and I'm just kind of staring at Andresj, trying to figure out what's different. Like, I've sensed, obviously, a change, but something just doesn't sit right.
Yeah, Andresj is like bouncing their head to the music, but as you are staring over them, you realize that it's not the same music that's playing in the elevator right now.
Ding! Doors open. We step in, and we haven't been to Tanya's room before, right?
No.
Okay. So, walk up to probably another reception area on this floor.
Yep.
Can you tell me which room Tanya Hunt is?
415.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.
Yeah, you too. And as you are walking to her door, there are 2 cops in front of the door.
We're
God
just
damn it,
friends.
Dell, what?
We just came to check in on her. Who is it? Anybody I recognize?
One of the arresting officers from the first time.
Nice.
We just came to check in.
You're not on the list.
What? Why would I not be on the list?
Why would you be on the list?
Can't you ask Tanya if she will see us?
What's your name?
Cornelius Averdelius III. But
And
Tanya
you?
calls me Dale.
Cooper.
You're not Detective Cooper.
No, of course not.
Tanya, I've got a coordinate. What was it?
Dale. It's called. Say Dale.
Dell and a Cooper? All right, go in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys found Mikey.
Is Mikey in the
Mikey is
room
currently
with us?
asleep in the chair next to her.
Yeah. He's okay. He's okay.
Oh shit! Here. As Tanya reaches over into her purse and pulls out a check and hands it to you.
I just look at Andresj. This feels wrong.
Andresj will kind of like pat Dell on the shoulder and reach past. It was my pleasure. And if you ever need us again, please.
I really hope I don't.
Same.
How are you feeling?
Like I got the shit kicked out of me.
So what are you gonna do now?
Did you guys find Cole?
Unfortunately, yes. He was found out.
Mikey told me what he could.
Yeah, we didn't tell him much.
He is intuitive. He kind of had a good idea from everything.
I believe that Officer, what was it, Ramira?
Yes.
I believe Officer Ramira is still around. I know she was part of a team that went after the Daywalkers. And so if she survived that, which I believe she would have, then she'll be able to fill you in a little bit more than we could.
Thank you guys so much. I think Mikey and I need to get away for a while.
Yeah. Where are you gonna go?
Anywhere but here would be nice.
Anywhere but the old district?
Pandora, I mean.
I've heard it's pretty hard to leave Pandora at this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
It's like a sand pit. Always drags you back in. But I've got some, if you want somewhere that's, it's not incredibly nice, but if you want somewhere where, it may be a little bit more colorful, I've got some connections in the Neon Pillars.
Is it safe?
It could be.
Yeah, because I do have to get a new apartment now. I don't think they're gonna let me back in there.
Yeah, it was pretty trashed up anyway.
What about those two? Did anybody get them?
Those two?
The ones who did this.
Oh. There were two?
Yeah.
Was one of them... I don't remember the description of her, but was one of them a rough-looking woman?
No, it was two guys. I remember they took a phone call from someone, but the call got cut off.
I think for the most part, they were taken care of.
Okay, that's good.
And after all the shit that's gone down at their headquarters, I think you might be the least of their worries.
I just gotta make sure Mikey's safe.
Right. But you always know where to find us, right?
Do you have a new puzzle?
Oh.
Hey, bud. Actually, I just left it outside. Would you give me a hot set? I'll be right back, Tanya. And I just pop outside the room, and I look around, and I see kind of like candy striper wheelie cart.
Yes, Pandora still has candy carts.
Not candy carts, a candy stripe.
No, I know.
They're basically what, like,
no, nurses are
hospitality for
100%. They're candy stripers.
Yeah. So I find the cart. But I look around and I don't see anybody paying really close attention, and I just grab a couple popsicle sticks and
Go ahead and roll sneak around.
and a heart rate monitor.
What are you adding?
Oh shit. I'm not equipped for this kind of thing.
Yeah, you should have just found a person and been like, hey there, darling, can I have a couple of those things real quick?
Oh, you mean playing to my strengths? That's weird. It's a 7.
With a 7, the officers are just watching you like, what the fuck are you doing?
Do they say that out loud?
You can feel them like glaring at you.
Oh, sorry. I thought these were just kind of for everybody. Can I keep these? And it's like 2.
As a nurse
depressors.
walks around, what are you doing?
I just really needed a tongue depressor.
Oh, you could have just asked.
May I have these
Yeah.
tongue depressors? Thank you. May I also have this? And I reach in the cart and I grab what are these?
Stethoscope?
Stethoscope, that's the word.
Go ahead and roll convince.
And I
Use
give
my
a
favorite
wink.
tagline.
Charming as fuck!
Yes!
And break down defense. No, it's not quite that.
No.
Pity card.
Sure.
7 plus 2 is 9.
9. So on convince, 7 and 9, they give a little but protect their own agenda. I mean, doctors kind of. I mean, we use those.
Can I just borrow it? It's for a kid.
I need it back.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sure. And I step into the room, and back into Tanya's room, but just behind a curtain. And I'm gonna use my Mythos to transform them into. I'm gonna use the pieces to kind of make it a. What am I thinking of? What are those balls? Like a puzzle ball, but like with numbers and letters and stuff.
Oh, it's not a codex, is it?
Yeah,
Are you talking about like the round tube one?
that could be. Or I've seen them like balls too.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like a cipher codex or whatever. Like it's
Yeah.
It's a lockbox essentially.
So it's
But, like, in ball
relatively
form.
small because of I only grabbed a few pieces, and
As you are
so-
working, Hephaestus manifests themselves. We have the capabilities of creating anything in the world, creating the most incredible pieces of armor and weaponry, and you use my powers to make toys.
it's for a kid.
Is the kid going into battle?
Not yet. I mean, he kind of has been through battle in a metaphorical sense, emotionally.
Show me all these moments we have shared together has taught you something. Impress me.
Challenge accepted. And
Please don't turn it into a grenade.
I grab a fire extinguisher off the wall that's tucked around the curtain, and I add it to the mix.
What are you doing?
Just one sec. And now it's a bigger. What is it? What'd you say? Codex.
Oh, codex. Sorry, me.
Yeah.
I can't see which one of us you're looking at. I'm sorry.
Why? I'm looking directly at you. What the hell?
And go ahead
So,
and roll change the game.
A bigger codex, but I put something inside it. Roll to change the game and use scrap for parts and mother invention.
Yep, +2.
Ooh, 7 + 2 is 9.
9. It's not perfect, but you go. It needs some polishing. It could definitely have been done better, but I mean, it gets the job done. You need practice. And Hephaestus dissipates.
So I come back around the curtain with my hand behind my back. See if you can figure this out.
Well, Del walks in with his hands behind his back. Andresj is going to like walk up behind, peer over the thing, and I would like to try and impose some of my mythos into the cipher ball to try and make it so that the numbers and letters change periodically. Not actually change
Right.
physically where they are, but just like the letter or number on the tile or whatever changes, just to make it a little bit harder to
Sure. Go ahead, roll
open.
change the game.
Shape augmentation, and change up shape augmentation, eye for detail, and then I mean, I don't think either of the weakness tags really counts here. I was hoping I could use one of them, but it doesn't really make sense.
Not
here.
really fitting here.
Not as a weakness anyway. So that is a 7 + 2 for a 9.
So yeah, it doesn't go as perfectly as you were hoping, but the gist of what you're going for takes place. So things start to shift. So it doesn't make it as difficult as you were wanting to, but does add a an error of difficulty to the mix of it. Whoa, this is so cool! As Mikey goes back into the corner and starts fidgeting with it.
So yeah, instead of them all constantly changing, there's like there's like 5, 6, 7 of the different tiles around it each change every time he moves the ball, so he has to figure out which of the like 3 that it cycles between is the real one, and then continue on from there instead of all of them like constantly
Right.
shifting.
I dig it.
If you can figure out the phrase on that thing, it'll unlock, and there's a prize inside.
Oh, I so got this. I think I need to get some rest. Appreciate you checking in. And I'm sorry, what was your name?
Cooper.
Cooper. Wasn't there another
What?
one of you named Cooper?
He's the detective. I'm
It's a
not
common
the
name.
detective.
Okay.
That's the first name. His is the last name.
Yeah.
It gets real confusing.
You can
Can
call
I-
him Detective Cooper, and you can call me not Detective Cooper.
Can I get your number to get your that take you up on that offer for the neon pillars?
Put it this way. and Andresj will write down an apartment number, like an address for an apartment in the Neon Pillars district. If you want it, or if you want to take me up on the offer, just go to this address. If you do, it'll be completely safe. And if you don't, no harm done.
Thank you, both of you.
Get some rest.
I will.
Take care, Mikey.
Yeah. Damn
Good
it.
kid there. You got a good kid there, Tony.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
He did a good job. He's got a great mom.
Thank you.
Remember the Fibonacci sequence? That might help with that one.
Damn it, that's it! Will you quit cussing? Sorry, Mom.
Oh, when he gets that thing open, you're gonna want to just watch him when he gets it open.
What did
I'll
you
let
do,
you decide.
Del?
What happens? Good to see you.
Del! As you walk by, the nurse says, "Where's my fucking stethoscope?"
Oh, the kid's playing with it. He's been through a lot. I thought it might make him cheer him up.
And so when I need that to save somebody's life,
His father just died.
all right, somebody else is gonna die if I can't check their heart.
Does
Okay,
the-
it's a stethoscope.
Does the hospital does it only have the one?
Budget restrictions.
Sounds like someone needs to take that up with
You think I haven't?
the city of authorities, because
Wow.
that is.
The conditions of the working people here
I know.
in this facility are a bit heinous, wouldn't you say?
Del, what the hell are you doing?
As Andresj has
who
a
said that?
hand on the nurse's shoulders, just, you keep this city running. You are incredible. And walks out.
And I'm like, I can't believe it. And I kick a trash can. Wow. Can you even?
Go ahead and roll go toe-to-toe with the trash can.
What?
I feel like this would be hit with all
Okay.
you've got, since the trash can can't
Or
combat
can
back.
it?
I'm going
It's
to
a
break a
mimic.
theme card for this.
Burn your theme card.
Yeah.
As you go to kick it, you get grabbed by a hand.
What?
From the trash can?
Yes.
Andres, do you see this too?
I think Andresj is already partway down the hallway.
Correct.
What do they grab?
Your ankle.
From underneath the trash?
No, like it comes out of the trash can and grabs your ankle.
I wasn't like kung fu kicking. I was just like,
Yeah, but as you go to kick it, it grabs you.
Yeah,
and
there's
it's like,
just
a human hand?
there's just a hand like coming out of the wall of the trash can, just
Yes.
like
Oh, not through the hole of it.
No,
No.
through the wall of it.
it's just the trash can itself just formed a hand.
Oh, God. I like shake it off.
And it retracts its hand.
I look around. Anybody else notice this?
Nope.
Anybody else around?
Just the nurse that you played. What are you yelling about?
Nothing.
As Andresj is walking down the hallway, do they just hear three chuckling to themselves?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like do that quick little jog, skip up to Andresj. Let's get out of here. This place is fucking weird.
Hospitals generally are, yeah. Get to the elevator and Andresj is like quickly pushing the floor 1 button.
And the door close button.
Yeah. I really You really don't like hospitals.
Yeah, I didn't think I had an opinion, but I have one now.
Del, as you look down, the ground below you begins to ripple like you're almost standing on water.
I'm gonna throw up. Do you see? Am I having a bad trip? Is this hospital air?
What? Are you okay, Del?
And I'm like, there's usually kind of some sort of handrail or something in an elevator. I like grab it and try to keep my feet off the ground.
And as you put your hand on it, it turns into ants and they start crawling up your hands.
Del?
I hit like every button to get off as soon as I can.
What are you doing?
Opens on the third floor.
I just race off.
I'll see you later then.
I do go to find the stairs.
Yeah, the stairs are just right next to the elevator.
Snap out of it, Dale, snap out of it.
The doors to the elevator close, and Andresj just continues down to the second floor where the doors open, then close, down to the first floor where the doors open. All right.
And about that time, and I'm like looking around, looking for anything that's gonna be weird, and looking like I'm on a bad crack trip as I'm stumbling through the lobby. That's what happens, right?
I think you're looking for more like PCP.
Yeah, bath salts. I'm still like trying to wipe my arm on itself and anything I can to get like the creepy crawly feeling as I'm stumbling towards the front door.
Go home. Get some rest. You obviously need it after the day we've had.
It's been a day.
It has. Remember...
You're gonna talk to the broker?
Yeah.
I'm gonna visit the fame.
Mm-hmm.
Check back in.
Yes.
I just need a nap.
Yeah.
I just need a nap.
Yep. Full night's rest. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
And Del, you just hear, boo.
As Andresj turns around and starts making their way to the L's train.
And I'm heading back towards the alley.
I don't trust him.
Do you trust me?
So far.
Then trust me on this.
All right.
He's not the enemy.
He's with the enemy, so they are the enemy. They cannot be trusted, no matter what they tell you.
I know they cannot be trusted. But Del is not one of them.
He is one of them. They don't just give those out to everybody.
I repeat my previous statement. I was using Odin. That does not make me one with Odin. Del is smart. Smarter than he appears to be on the surface.
So what you're saying is we can use Del.
What I'm saying is Del is
down.
That's one way of looking at it.
Let us do that then.
All right. And Andresj continues on their way.
All right. Jeffsitz, was there anything you wanted to do as Andresj / the broker?
Yes, I would like to set up is this going to be like a downtime montage kind of thing?
Basically, because we are at that time period of an episode being about done, so.
Yeah, and so, I'd say for, this is probably going to take a bit of time, so Andresj is probably kind of absent from Dell's life while this is going on, because Andresj has to do broker stuff. One of those things is setting up that apartment for Tanya and Mikey if they do take up that offer. And so I'm assuming that'll be a change the game kind of thing of just like creating that story tag for NPCs. And that's going to it'll be Neon Pillars City District.
Okay.
Weaponized info. Just using whatever...
Knowing what she needs to feel safe to...
Not her necessarily, but using whatever information the broker has on, the landlord of the apartment complex of the building, and just like, no, you're going to let me use this.
Okay.
And then I'll take some of the... I don't know if this is something that we want to try and use as a power tag or what, but like using some of the money that we have to also like pay for it.
Well, money is gonna be just a juice, like it's gonna be a story tag created anyways, so you can use that in this circumstance because you guys have already previously established like the money was intended to help you / help people. So
you know what, no, instead of that money, could I use shape augmentation, because I want to see if I can, like what I did with the toy, kind of put that into the apartment so that it just kind of, as they walk in, it just changes its visual aspect, like the colors of the wall or something like that, to just fit what would be most comfortable for them without them realizing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like that a lot.
I do think this is going to trigger a weakness tag, because that's rather reckless. I am using my broker powers specifically to set up a mother and child, which means that they are now important to the broker in some regard.
I'll give you that.
So either recklessness or... soft spot for children, because that is specifically the weakness tag of the broker.
Yes.
It's cool that just happened on its own.
Yeah.
So that was what, then, +2 in total? Because it was +3 -1, so +2.
+3 -1, yeah. And so I rolled a 9, +3 is 12, -1 is 11.
So, goes exactly as you want it to.
Sweet. So yeah, that's a change the game. Just going through the mechanics, change the game. I get the 3 juice, and I'll just prolong the effect, essentially. I'll create the story tag of the apartment, and 3 juice, create the story tag of the apartment. I don't necessarily want to, and I'll just kind of like reduce the status of stress.
Yeah, I like that.
And just an ongoing thing.
Sure.
And so, like, whatever it is, I want it to be a safe spot for Tanya and...
I like it.
Mikey.
Sounds good.
So that'll be that. And then I've got to do some broker shit. I've got to get some information on the genie, whatever I can. Mm-hmm. And even if it's just like... So this is going to be reaching out and applying some pressure on the other gangs of the city that have... Seeing who has had interactions with... the genie, and try and find a lead that we can start following after.
Sure.
So would that be an investigate to try and get those clues to create the lead?
Yep.
And so that will be the Neon Pillars City District, reaching out to anyone within the Neon Pillars. Weaponized info to try and utilize whatever information exchanges have been used in the past. And I'll use my new moat manipulation theme card of hiding my true self, and so not all of this is going to be as the broker. Some of this is going to be like, as trying to like change my shape.
No, absolutely.
Of being like a bum on the street corner overhearing conversations, changing my appearance to try and, because this is going to be a lot, like, again, over the course of a week or two that the broker is doing this. So, and I don't think any of the weakness tags would make sense for being invoked here.
Yeah, not so much here.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
So plus 3.
Yeah, and then I'm just trying to make sure that's going to be montage. Work the case.
Yep.
Oh, if it's just the montage, I don't roll for it necessarily. If it's full on the montage activity, it's just in the downtime I work the case. I just described how I do it.
Okay, perfect.
I use the broker's like
To
connections.
clarify, though, we're using the montage for this. You can't use the montage to fix your Raven drones.
That's fair.
Just to clarify.
No, okay, so yeah, I'll do the roll for that, and then I'll use the montage to try and fix the Raven drones. So the roll for this is the investigate. Ooh, I'm really glad I added the 3 in there, because that is a 5 plus 3 for an 8.
Which makes an 8, so 7 to 9. Okay, that's behind the scenes stuff. So clues equal power, so you get 3 clues.
Yeah, who, what, or who, where, and, because I want the who can we contact as a lead.
Mm-hmm.
Where can we go for a lead? And I don't know. Boser, what do you think? Like, I'm trying to think of the who, what, where, when, why. So I've got, for 3 clues, who should we go and talk to follow up on a lead? Where should we go to follow up on a lead? And then, what do we need? Or when? I'm trying to think of like other.
Yeah, what do we need? Like,
what do we need?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll do who do we contact, where do we go, and what do we need to try.
What do we need to get started, basically,
Yeah.
right?
To try and follow up on this lead of like moving in the direction of finding out or finding information on the genie.
Yeah, so not answer those individually, just as a whole, to kind of like narrative way to answer this question for you. As you were on the street, disguised as the hobo getting information, you see somebody visibly very down on their luck, having a very hard time punching walls, screaming to themselves. And 2 people in the genie green jackets approach them. And you can't hear the conversation. But you see them having a back and forth, and this person begins to calm themselves as they usher her into the SUV that they pulled up in. Gathering that... let me take that back. You do hear a minor bit of the conversation. You hear them, listen, I understand you're having some problems, and it sounds too good to be true, but just make a wish, and the genie can solve all of your problems for you. Just come with us, make your wish, and that's it. It's that simple. And almost too good to be true, you see her just, yeah. Let's go. As they get into the car and drive away, you see a passerby kind of muttering to themselves, "Bet we don't see her again," as they walk by you. So to kind of answer questions metagame-wise, you realize to see the genie, you kind of have to make it seem to be recognized to show that you are willing to do whatever in exchange for your problems to be solved. They will come find you, and they will take you to the location to resolve your issues.
Okay. So is there the who is someone who's desperate.
Mm-hmm.
What we need is, the who could really be anyone. It's just we need someone who can be that desperate person.
Correct.
What we need is that desperation, or like that reason for the genie to reach out to us to give us a deal that we won't want to refuse. And then where is there a space? This one is probably going to be the most direct answer to the question. Where in the city would be the best place to do that? Within the genie's district?
It seems so. I'm gonna assume Andresj is not gonna take a one situation as gospel and would kind of be all over the city. And you'd recognize, no, it doesn't have to be in the genie's neighborhood. You see genie goons all over the place, and they're not always making themselves known. They're usually ducking behind the corners and always listening into conversations and following people and moving around. So you recognize you can probably do this just about anywhere as long as a goon can hear you.
Then during all of this, when other gangs see the genie goons in their districts, is it a, oh, yep, carry on, or is it a...
you see mist fights break out in the streets if they get caught.
So the genie's goons are going out of, are risking shit to go and recruit in other districts.
Correct.
Okay, so this still answers the question a bit, where, we could do that, but it may cause a commotion, whereas if we do it in the genie's, it could
less
be
likely to cause a scene.
Cool, okay. I like it a lot. And then, so those are again, both of these things are things that are happening throughout the next couple of weeks, but the true mechanical montage downtime thing I'm going to spend time on is fixing the Raven drones.
Stellar.
And so after a long day of going out and doing broker stuff, Andresj their time to relax is going back to their apartment and just sometimes taking a Raven drone and actually doing some physical tinkering and soldering on it, as well as making running diagnostics on the algorithm that keeps up the search around the city for these men in black, which now there's a second reason to have that notification pop up, because it means, one, for me to help hunt, two, to help notify me if a man in black is in the vicinity, so I can try and duck for cover quickly enough.
Yep.
Because now there's that dichotomy. But it's going to be the main thing is going to be keying in that algorithm, because right now my drones are blind to anything else but that.
Right.
And so it's going to be trying to make it more efficient, trying to streamline the coding and the equations that are going in for how they're mapping out the city, until I can get it to where there's 5 drones that are just in the most ideal, kind of using the Minority Report kind of future stuff to all right, we're going to be in this location because the algorithm, the AI algorithm is okay, some big mist stuff is happening. All right, men in black.
I like it.
And instead of all the drones just constantly strafing the city, the past the week leading up to the drones getting fixed has been spent the drones collecting information and intel to keep it to the point where only 5 drones need to be circling, going their different ways when a mist event does happen, and then the rest can go back to what they were doing, monitoring the neon pillars, one monitoring Dell, a couple monitoring the broker's penthouse and Andresj's apartment, 1 or 2 being available wherever Andresj is. And finally, after a week and a half of trying to get this algorithm set so that they can keep an eye over their shoulder again, it's just as the screens that were just not black but just focused all in 3 different views rather than 15, all finally go back about their business, and there's now 15 different screens, or 24 different screens with 24 different views, rather than 24 different screens with only 3 different views.
I like it.
As they sigh and rest back in their chair, the sand and dust that's kind of just settled around them at all times now just kind of crawls its way up their body, and creates the broker mask as Andresj falls asleep.
I like it.
Dope.
And Del, you leave the hospital.
So I leave the hospital. I go around the corner to that alley. Is that homeless man still there?
No, because remember he climbed into the hole that went under the hospital.
That's right. So, seeing that I'm alone, I'm gonna use my portal and think workshop. I'm gonna go back to my workshop. Step in. Man, that thing is handy. And
and your phone rings.
Jeez, this thing never turns off. Dale, talk to me.
Did you get caught using a portal?
Immediately gets it taken away.
Small child, front of hospital.
Sorry, may I ask who's calling?
It's Harry.
Oh, Harry. I don't.
Don't lie to me, Del. Did you get caught?
It's a funny thing. Yes, but I closed it right away.
And you feel the ring turn off.
Turn off? How's a ring turn on?
Because it has powers.
But what do I feel? How do I feel it turn on?
The energy that was existing there dissipates.
Did you just do something to the ring?
Yep, you can earn it back.
No, come on! That thing was handy as fuck!
Secret organization. I really didn't think that needed explained, Del. Once we go through your training, you can earn it back.
Wait, so I got training coming?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, how long is that going to take? I got things to do.
That is up to you. The less time I have to spend with you, the better. But I didn't think, again, that I'd have to explain that citizens cannot see you opening a random portal and just stepping out of it.
Well, I didn't know that the citizens could see it. Because I have not yet been through training.
And again,
apparently.
We will start training tomorrow. So do whatever you need to do because you're going to be away from Pandora for a few days.
I got orders, you know. Upstairs waiting.
Well, I guess they're going to be waiting.
I have a 24-hour guarantee, you know.
Well, need you to put a close sign because I'll be picking you up at 7:30.
In the morning?
Yes.
Del is not a morning early bird.
Or I send the dogs to collect you, and trust me, that is much less pleasant.
All right. Then, if you don't mind, I'm going to get some shut-eye. Because
All
I
right.
got an early appointment, apparently.
Yes, you do.
Do I need to bring anything? Is there anything I need to prepare?
Just change of clothes.
I kind of have this iconic look, you know. It works for me.
Del, do you wear the same clothes every day?
No, of course not.
I'll see you at 0700, Del, as Harry hangs up the phone.
No, he said 7:30. Now it's 7? Jeez. What time is it?
We'll say 8:30. Because again, time's a soup. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
It's
wait for a
late
couple days.
in the evening.
I run upstairs and I look at the drop box area. I find a leaf blower and
You look on the counter and you see a flashing light, meaning you have a voicemail.
jeez, I'm a popular dude. And I bring in the leaf blower from outside and I pop it up on the desk and I play the voicemail while I start to go to work.
You see you actually
on
have
the
3
leaf blower.
voicemails.
Ooh. So I just let him play while I'm working, fixing this leaf blower.
Alrighty, so the first voicemail you get is one from a familiar voice. It was somebody from the Foundry. It was one of the kids calling for help because they got attacked by the Copper Demon Company, and a few of the kids are gone. You hear another voicemail about in District 11, a battle going on between the mammoths and the ruby skeletons, and a lot of innocent people are getting harmed. And there is another one of a string of murders taking place in District 4, but there's no signs of forced entry anywhere. People just seem to be dying in their sleep.
And who are these voicemails from?
Just random citizens who have heard that you might be somebody to help.
Ooh.
How did they hear?
Word spreads.
Very quickly.
I didn't even put up my flyers yet.
It's almost like you have somebody who knows what you're capable of.
Okay. Murders in District 4 in sleep.
And mechanically speaking, this is how cases are going to be assigned. You get to choose one case, and if whatever one case you is what we unravel, the other two cases that do not get chosen will have impacts on the world. The cases will not become available again, per se, but they will have outcomes that will impact the game and things you hear and whatnot. So,
do I have to pick one now?
no,
Okay.
this will just be our next arc.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So then in the downtime of the night, actually, after I fix the leaf blower and kind of clean up the shop and just kind of decompress from the whirlwind of the last few days or last day.
Yeah, I think it's been technically a day.
God.
Or 2 days because the previous, anyways, yeah. Short time period.
Yes.
Before it gets too late, I'm gonna go up to my apartment, my loft apartment, and just pour myself a glass of whiskey and sit in my chair facing out the window. And I'd like to kind of meditate to have a conversation with Hephaestus.
Sure.
So I'm just like lean back in my easy chair.
So as you lean back and shut your eyes, the mist begins to swirl around you as you feel yourself leave your body. As the environment around you begins to shift, as your body begins to heat up to incredible temperatures. As you feel yourself literally on fire, and as you kind of open your eyes back up, you realize you are in the heart of a volcano. And as you look around, you hear the banging of a hammer on an anvil. You hear grunting and as you look around and you see Hephaestus's workshop for the first time.
And do I feel heat?
You feel heat, yes. Like,
okay.
You're feeling the environment around you.
And I walk towards Hephaestus while he's working.
What?
This place is cool.
Right.
What you working on?
Armor for, Ares, to be honest.
Don't we hate Ares?
Listen, I got bills to pay, man.
Really?
That's kind of how this works. Olympus needs shit. There's war. I supply.
Lowercase g gods got bills?
He turns to you and grips the hammer.
I'm just kidding. I just knew that'd rile you up. Because last time, it riled you up. Anyway, I think we need to connect. And what I mean is, I think if anything's taught me over the last couple days is that I need to be better.
Yes, you kind of suck. Your body is weak.
Yes, thank you for noticing. I think I do okay.
You don't. You should swing a hammer more.
Like, you think, is it like a metaphor or like actually swing a hammer?
No, look at me. And he flexes, and he's just absolutely fucking shredded.
Shit, man. That's. I see. You're working with a lot, and I notice. And that's kind of what I'm here. That's what I'd like to talk to you about. Is I think you can make me better, and the shit's getting wilder every day. And if I don't step it up, I'm gonna let a lot of people down.
Yeah, probably. What do you want?
So I want to be able to. I want to make more. I want to be stronger. I want to be more useful. I want to be more than the nail. I want to be the hammer.
Out of game, are you wanting to burn a logos to add another mythos?
No, I'm already 2 and 2.
Just trying to understand your
exploring
your
my
here.
mythos.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'd like to gain a clue and mark attention to my mythos.
So that takes place by invoking the weakness tags.
But in exploring mythos,
What
tell
are you
everyone
reading
at
right
the table. This is on the turns and during montage. Tell everyone at the table which mystery you explore and how you do. And how you do it. You gain 1 clue with a method and source based on your description. Mark attention on that mystery slip.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
So I want to get a better connection with my mythos.
Okay. I like it.
And this is how I'm exploring it.
Sure.
With that conversation in his workshop, apparently.
Okay.
In the middle of a volcano.
All right, so with it being 1 clue, 1 question, what do you want to ask? What's the conversation piece going to be? How do I become more useful? Craft more. Listen, you and I are both deformed in various ways. We've had to adapt and overcome. The only way to adapt and overcome is become more useful. You have 1 arm. You didn't let it stop you. You learned to work around it. You learned to become better without it. I was thrown off Mount Olympus for looking like this. I was in love with somebody who hates my existence. And yet here I am, during the times of war, the most important individual. I'm the god everybody comes to when they need. Be more. Do more.
I'm writing this real quick. I think it's time to get to work.
Let me teach you a thing or two. And we're gonna fade out to Hephaestus, or you approaching Hephaestus's little workshop as he begins to kind of walk you through his creation of armor and weapons. And I think that is a nice little note to leave this episode on. It's not a massive cliffhanger like we've done for the last 13 episodes, but
Right.
sometimes you gotta give a little bit of a bow to pick up on the next page on,
I know, I'm excited to get to a new case, actually.
which comes next week with Detective Cooper back, because I think we have Lucas for a while.
Yay!
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
T, can we talk later about like what Oh, sorry, I was looking up.
But I am. I'm also glad that we've got a little bit of like a time jump. Like we've got
We've been stuck in a day for a while.
right.
All right, so
like
yeah.
a lot has happened in just a couple of days for our characters. So I like the fact that we have a couple weeks to like spread stuff out a little bit, come back together, and we get to like. It's not just nonstop.
Yeah, we get to regroup.
But what were you
a little
asking?
bit.
Can we talk later about what Hephaestus showing me a thing or two
Yeah.
might look like? Okay. Yeah, we didn't. Not a lot happened this episode, but it was nice to get some closure on some things.
And sometimes that's all episodes are going to be. Not every episode is
Yeah.
going to be super high intensity, excitement. Sometimes you just need some narrative setup, and that's what this was. But if you like this type of content and you'd like to hang out with us more, join our Discord. We are in there often, and we would like more people to chat with there because we can't always talk with you guys here. Not everybody uses Instagram. If you don't use Instagram, check us out on Discord because we're there hanging out all the time. We'll be back on Monday with Boser and possibly myself doing some type of geek out session. Who is it? I don't know. Time's a weird soup, and I don't know when this is playing versus what week that is, so I don't know who our guest is lined up. And somebody will be here Monday, and we'll be talking about something.
Boser's telling you in the chat right now.
Yes, because we plan ahead.
There we go.
I am back on Wednesday streaming something, Tea Time with Tea. What are we doing? I don't know. Whatever the dopamine tells me to do at the time. So, and then we'll be back next Thursday with another episode of City of Mist.
Well, what?
Yeah. So until next time, I'm T.
I'm Boser.
And I'm Jeff Sitz.
And you guys just keep geeking
Geeking
out.
out.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.
Don't forget the raid.
Oh, yeah.